Hi, this is Grace Dermenjian. I'm with Flipturn right now, and here's the band.
I'm Adrian. I play the drums.
I'm Dylan. I sing and play guitar.
Taylor, and I play synth.
I'm Tristan, and I play guitar.
I'm Madeline, and I play the bass.
Okay, so we're gonna ask some questions with the band. My first one is, so I love your guys' song Chicago. It's one of my favorite songs. Why Chicago?
Well, at the time, that was somewhere that I'd never been, and I don't know. I think it just kind of like rolled off the tongue the right way. Like when we're writing these songs, like sometimes we just like I'll sing just like gibberish, and I must have sang something that might have sounded like it, and I was like, oh, like I like that word, and then I kind of just based the song around going somewhere you've never been, you're doing something you've never done. So there was really no like specific history there or anything like that. It was more just somewhere I really would have loved to go. You know, it was more of a metaphor for something. But yeah, I'd say that's the reason. Yeah.
So you ever been to Chicago at all?
Yes.
We have now.
Yeah. Should we say what happened or no?
Well, you gotta say it now.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, we had a show planned. We showed up, you know, had our Airbnb. We're in Chicago, and there are issues with the venue. Like everyone, like with 21 and up and everything.
Yeah.
Everyone in the band even had to be 21, and Taylor wasn't. So
we didn't find this out until like the day of, or like the day before, and we were like, wait, like Taylor can't play like in the set, and so then like last minute we're like scrambling to find a show, and couldn't find anything, and we were just. Unfortunately, we have been now, but we still haven't played a show there. We had it was
a sad vacation.
Sad vacation.
We ordered like in takeout.
Our sorrows and like tourist stuff and like the pizza and whatever.
Yeah.
We
did good pizza. That was worth it.
So you guys, have you ever been to like Colorado and San Francisco then as well, or is it just?
They have.
Yeah, we go to, Taylor's been to Colorado as well, but Tristan and I have been a couple times to visit his friend that lives there.
That's cool. I still have not been, so we're hoping to get out there soon, but not yet. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, I'm from San Francisco, so you gotta check out San Francisco.
Cool.
Like, you guys would love it. Like Haight-Ashbury, all that stuff.
Oh yes. Okay.
I went to San Francisco when I was really young, but I haven't been back. So I remember like.
Very cool.
Yeah. I heard you guys write from experiences about your songs. Like, what's the deepest song you've written?
I'd say Eleanor. As far as, I mean, every song definitely has like meaning behind it and stuff. But the one that like personally came from like some very strong feelings was Eleanor, and that's the most recent one we have out. That's kind of about like I guess like a fear of like failure, a fear of like having this ability to do something and then being so scared that you're gonna fail that you just don't do it. And I think like that's been one of my biggest fears my entire life. And I think a lot of people like have had that same like similar fear. So a lot of those lyrics and those words definitely came from somewhere where I was, it's definitely it's a little darker, I would say. There's
dark and deep.
Yeah, it's a little dark and deep and a little, edgy, I guess. But it definitely comes from a very, very real, emotional place, for sure.
Do you have like any advice for people that are in that?
Don't be Eleanor. If you listen to this song, yeah, seriously. Don't be, this is so corny, but there's this like motivational speech that who was it? I think it was Denzel Washington gave it. It's an awesome speech, and he says to do something you've never done, to have something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. And like ever since I heard that motivational speech, I was like, wow, like that's maybe corny, but it's like really like kind of hits like a spot because it's very true. Get out of your comfort zones. Don't be afraid to fail, I guess. Yeah. So yeah.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. I did. I feel so inspired.
Okay.
People are supportive and stuff at our school.
Great, like aside, yeah. I mean, one thing I will say about the town is in like high school, like very small but incredible support like system. Like the town like pushed us so much like into where we are now. You know, like people just talk, like telling their friends about us, like coming out to like driving to Jacksonville for shows and stuff like that. Like just huge support like community. It was awesome. That's one thing I definitely would say about our hometown.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
That's really cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
So, like, I personally play the bass as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, like, I feel like everyone has a story to their instrument. I was wondering if you guys could, like, elaborate on that led you to the instrument that you play in the band. Is that okay if you start?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go for it.
I started playing drums. I played guitar when I was like 10, but I don't know, it wasn't my thing. So in like elementary school, I started playing like the snare drum in the symphonic band, and then from that went into middle school, and then high school did like marching band and jazz band, and also in middle school I started playing in the church band with Madeline, and and that was a trip, and that really helped me. Like that was the first time I like played a drum kit in front of people. And so that, and then jazz band in high school, like helped me get more comfortable with performing in front of people. And then, yeah, I mean, it did.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take a sip during your Sorry.
No, it's good.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Okay.
pretty
As far as guitar goes, it wasn't like my first instrument. It was like I grew up in Massachusetts. And there was like a huge, very, very tight, or really, I guess, wide Irish community. My mom's like an Irish fiddler, and she'd bring me around to these sessions and stuff. And she started me off on this like Irish drum, like it's very simple, like easy thing, but it kind of like helped me get like a lot like my rhythm and stuff like that. And then when I was like 5th grade, I knew I wanted to like write songs. I loved like, you know, I used to just write songs but have no instrument to like play to it. So my mom actually was like getting a divorce, and somebody like to keep her mind off of it, like somebody gave her a guitar, and together like we kind of taught each other like how to play, like, you know, just kind of keeping her mind off of things or whatever. And then I just started to play, like, you know, start writing stuff through it, and then kind of, you know, obviously since then just kept playing, I guess, you know. But that's where the guitar really came in.
Sorry, I'm gonna like get a little closer.
Oh no, I actually haven't told that story before, but that's how like my mom got her first guitar, and that's how I started playing guitar. But I've never really had to tell anybody why I started playing guitar.
We didn't know that, so I'm curious, like, sad.
I mean,
We looked
sad,
at each other,
but, like, yeah.
That's good.
Oh well, we're not gonna tell that story. No, that's too sad. All right, keep going.
So my story is very different. I had played music like
Sorry.
in the middle school band that was like clarinet and stuff, and then I had played a little bit of guitar with my grandpa because I just grew up being surrounded by it with him. But it wasn't until when Madeline invited me to band practice that I started playing synth, because they were like, "Hey, can you play this?" And I was like, "Maybe," and Tristan helped me out a lot with that. Yeah. And that's basically, long story short, is now I play synth because of Tristan.
Woo. And here's Tristan.
Actually, I didn't grow up in a musical family at all. No one played music at all in my family, but I started guitar around like 9. I took up lessons from like a local like guitar academy place with like this guy. And I did like classical, and I liked it, but I also kind of ended up hating it, so I kind of like stopped playing guitar. And then I started playing saxophone in like middle school, and I played that all the way through high school and got through college. But I started guitar again with the band here, and kind of got more serious about it. And when we went to college, I was doing sax and guitar, so I kind of learned more and more about it, and like kind of experimented more and more like different like genres, and like seeing like how it kind of like coincides with like writing music and like composing and stuff. And I ended up liking it.
Will you ever use the saxophone in any of the future songs?
in past songs.
Maybe not. Maybe. I mean, I never want to count anything.
I haven't played sax in like
He's very
a
good.
long time.
He is
You're
good.
very good.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Maybe,
We'll see.
maybe in
Don't.
the
We wouldn't
future.
count it out. We wouldn't count it out. No.
Yeah.
But don't look forward to it.
Don't look for it, but don't count it out either.
If we ever do, it's probably, if you
Yeah.
ever hear it, it's probably Tristan.
Yeah.
Or someone really good.
See, I started out at, middle school, band playing, I guess maybe elementary school, playing saxophone as well. Definitely not as good as Tristan, but I played saxophone in middle school. And then I took a couple guitar lessons, so I played that first. And then, like Adrian said, we were in the same youth group in middle school. And their bassist for the youth band was graduating, so they needed someone new, and I was like, hey, I'll do that. And so I picked up bass and played in the youth band. And then I just kind of like, I don't know, I would play it occasionally and stuff, and then like one day Tristan and I were like, let's start a band. So then when we like started jamming and stuff, like I started taking it more seriously, the bass.
But not the saxophone.
But not the saxophone.
Thank you. And so how do you guys come up with your melodies? Like, I think they're all super sick. Like, I really enjoy them. And is it just like, I heard you jam in your, like someone's in your garage, and is it like by things you hear around, or is it just it comes to you in like a dream? Or
How would you? I mean, like, as far as like, I don't know. Tristan writes very like catchy, like guitar melodies and like lead melodies and stuff like that. But and like as far as like vocals go, I don't know where really I get them.
Same deal.
I don't know.
It all kind of plays off
Kind of
each
just
other.
happens.
Yeah. It just like it'll play off something, you know, like. I do know that like when we originally like go through something, like I know there's a lot of melodies that I just try to throw out right away. Like now, you know, when we try to jam with something and try to, like I was saying earlier, like just sing like gibberish and stuff like that, like we'll record it and then like we'll go back and I'll be like, wow, I don't like that melody, and I'll try to do something different until I actually like it. But I don't really know like where they come from, I guess. Just probably deep down somewhere, you know, like subconscious or something, you know.
It's also like a blend of like, on top of like catchiness, like there's also a sense of like, if it's too catchy, it kind of it's like a layer of dimension. So it's kind of like a balance of like that, but also like making it like mean something.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of things, I guess.
It's gotta have the equal balance of like catchiness, but also like emotion behind it. You know, it can't just be. You don't want to like write something too bubblegum. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of having a catchy song. You know.
Like I love heavy colors, but some of like the melodies off that are kind of like. More,
but those are like our
vanilla,
first.
like-
Those are our first like few like songs that we wrote. So, I don't know. I'm not sure.
on your EPs, does the order of the songs, like, do you want your fans to listen to it in the order? Does it like matter?
At least the first one.
On Citrona, absolutely. On Heavy Colors, it was definitely more of like a collection of like just we had never, those were all just songs we were proud that we wrote. We're like, okay, like this is the best stuff we have at the time.
But there was a meaning behind the order.
There was, yeah.
For Heavy
It was
Colors.
a loose collection.
Loose collection, but
Not as much as I think that we tried to put Citrona in order.
yeah, definitely
different.
does.
Yeah.
We did there was thought and stuff.
With Heavy, I'll kind of like
Go,
into that.
go for it.
With Heavy Colors, we named it that because Tristan likes to you can associate like songs with colors and stuff, and so we had these collection of songs where we're like, oh, you realize that they kind of like each represent like a color of the rainbow in a sense. So like Beep is like a very red song, like Vanilla is like very like yellow. Anyways, that's the order that it's in is kind of like each color that it represents, and so the Heavy Colors is kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of how we came up with that. But with Citrona, it's more just like the order is kind of how it works, like musically, rather than like purpose for it being in first or last or whatever. But Citrona, I would say you should listen to that all the way through, but heavy colors and you can jump around.
This is kind of random, but I was like looking through pictures on your Instagram, and I love all of your guys' styles. Like, I think it's so cool. Like, who are your like fashion icons? Like, where do you get your style from?
Not right now.
The internet.
Don't look at. It's a good thing you're not looking at what I'm wearing right now.
It's a look.
This is not what I'm going to be wearing on stage. But good God, my girlfriend? I don't know. I don't know. Really, like I have no idea.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. We actually, like, for our most recent photo shoot that we did, we had help with that. People style us. Because we're normally very, like, I don't know what to wear. But, I'm trying to think of someone that, like, I would ideally love to dress like.
When you wore the jumpsuit, I loved it because it reminded me of Always.
Oh,
Molly
I freaking
Rankin.
love her.
Yeah.
Molly Rankin.
For sure.
Yes, I'll just say that. Love her.
I don't really have anyone.
I've seen cool stuff on
I've
Reddit.
seen-
Yeah, I like
for
looking like
flashing.
Pinterest.
I have a secret Pinterest. Yeah, like I don't know. I really don't know.
Joe Keery. Tristan, Joe Keery.
Not now.
Not now.
Not Joe Keery present.
He wanted his hair grew back.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll cut my hair. Get a bowl cut.
We
Please
recently
don't.
saw a picture
It's
of him,
bad.
like, with a really
Not a huge
gross,
fan.
like, bowl cut haircut.
Oh.
But, I don't know. Zendaya's really cool.
Pour one out for him.
I don't know. Mine's kind of all over the place, but there's this influencer called Eleanor, and she's like really cool, and I think that I want to dress like her. So yeah.
Have you guys ever tried thrifting? Or like,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
go
Oh, yeah.
thrifting?
Yeah, definitely got some.
This
stuff.
white shirt was thrifted.
From drifting.
This is so good.
Yeah.
It's sustainable. It's so good for the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta save the environment. Like, yeah,
We
sorry.
definitely try to.
Sorry.
Again, in our hometown, there's like not many places, but if we ever have spare time in the city, if we're traveling and we have time to like go to just work, we always like try to go.
Brooklyn's really cool for thrift shops and stuff like that. Whenever we go play New York, where else have we were in Toronto and there was a lot of cool. There was a million different like thrift shops in Toronto when we were walking around. I don't know.
It's
Something I
various
want to
places.
do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to thrift more, but we're for it.
All
We
for
like it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have
Okay.
today. But yeah, do you guys want to say bye to?
Yeah. All right. Bye.